In this video, I'm gonna do a review of my keyboard. It's the Privia by Casio. It's the PX-320. I think it's like 10 years old at this point, but it still holds up. First, I want to start with the inputs in the back. There's two plugins for the pedal. There's the all three pedals you would find on an acoustic piano over here. So there's the sustain, and then there's the quiet pedal, the soft pedal, and the sostenuto pedal. You can plug it in there if you want. There's the line ins and the line outs. On the side, there's the power. There's the AC adapter. There's two MIDI in and out, and then there's two headphone jacks if you want that. On the front, there's an SD card slot. You put an SD card in here and load MIDI songs into the piano, which I'll show you in a minute because I did that 10 years ago. Then, okay, we'll just start on the left side. So there's the volume control, of course. There's the metronome. When you hit the metronome, it shows you the tempo right here. If you hit function and number 1, that's tempo, it'll show you what tempo it's at. So we're at 120. You can hit the up arrow here or the yes button to increase the tempo. Hit yes and no to go back to normal. And then of course hold no or down to decrease the tempo. And you can see the red light is slowing down. So click start and stop to stop. Click function again to go back to the main screen. So we have, next is the rhythms. We have start and stop. So rhythm number 1, we're gonna start rhythm number 1. Okay, then you have the fill in button, which will create a drum fill whenever you want. Do it again. You can also click intro to start the rhythm, so listen. And then a fill. So we have the piano sound. So let's say we do an intro like this. Okay, and then start, stop, hit stop to stop, of course. Okay, here we have, if you hit the rhythm button, you see on the bottom it says music library, so you can click that. Now we're in the music library, so song number 1, and you can have up to 70 different songs on here, but you can only load in 9 through the SD card. But basically, all the songs that are pre-built in to the keyboard are all classical songs, which you can hear. They're all classical songs, so I'll go to a random number again. Let's say, like, I don't know, 26. So what is that, Bach or something? Mozart? Okay, so they're all classical songs. Let me see. There are 60 classical songs. I think some of them are like Scott Joplin, another classical. But it did come with a green book. It had a green cover, and it did have all the sheet music to all 60 of those songs. But anyway, so the last 9, there's a dot next to the number, so that's how you know they're an SD card song. They're a MIDI file. So let's say, like, I don't know what, let's see. Okay, so that's the Seinfeld theme for some reason. I think this is Billy Joel. Yeah. So you can switch the sound to whatever you want, and you can play along with it. That was the River of Dreams from Billy Billy Joel. Yeah, so you could have 9 different songs. Let's see what else we got here. I think that's We Didn't Start the Fire. Okay, so then moving right along. So that was the music library. You could also adjust how loud the actual song is and how loud your sound is on the piano. Because you can barely hear what I was playing on the piano, but you can change that volume setting. So if we keep going here, we have now the recorder function. So you hit right here, recorder, you hit play, and you can hold up to 5 different tracks. So each track also, you can have 2 separate tracks within that one recording. So let's see what I have here, if anything. Looks like a blues bass line. Okay, so that's my left hand playing, right? So that's track number 1. So if I hit record, you can see it lights up. If I hit this button again, it goes to track number 2, and it's blinking, so I know it's track 2. Now if I just start playing, the recording will start for track number 2. So I'm going to improvise over my blues bass line. Here we go. Now let's just stop there. So you hit stop. Okay, and now if we hit start, now both parts should be heard. Let's see. There's the left hand, and there's my solo. Not very good, but you get the idea. So, yeah, there's 5 different tracks, and if you want to delete a track, you have to hit record. It's very strange. You have to hit record, then hold function, hold record, delete, hold yes. That's how you delete a track. And if you want to delete track 2, record, click track 2, so it's blinking, function, record, delete, hold yes. Very strange. You would think they would just have a delete button, but no, you have to do those steps. So very weird. Anyway, now that's the left side of the piano. So now we're going to go over to the right side of the piano, which has all of these buttons. So you got 12 buttons, and then these buttons over here. So let's start with this one. It says, first of all, well, there's top and bottom settings. So let's start with the top. These are just different sounds, the basic quick sounds you can get to. Modern piano, classic piano, variation, rock piano, electric piano, electric piano 2, 60s piano, rock organ, jazz organ, strings, synth voice, and various tones. I guess it's percussion. Yeah, so that's all the top. Then we have the bottom. So to get to the bottom settings, you have to click function first. So we have tempo, which we did in the beginning. It was 120. Beat. So beat, is it 4? Is it in 3? Is it 0? 6, 4. Moving on. Metronome volume. So if we play the metronome, it's at 36. You can lower it. Okay. Song accompaniment volume. So that lowers or raises the, in the music library, the song volume, if you like. What I said before. Mode. Honestly, I don't know what this is, to be honest. I don't use this. Mode. I think that's something with the computer. Touch resistance. So if the touch resistance is off, if I barely press a key, it's going to be super loud. If it's on 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oh, no, also 4. I usually keep it on 2. Okay, transpose. So if you play a C here, right? Let's hold the transpose button going up and see what C sounds like. So you can transpose up to 12 semitones, or the other way. So minus 12. So basically, that's C here. If I go up 1, now it's C sharp. If I go up another one, now it's D. Okay, so you can basically play any song in the key of C with the transpose button. Pretty cool. Tune. You can hold it again. Same thing. We're just tuning the note now. You can hear the pitch going up, and you get the idea. So it's just going up a few. It's called cents. It's going up a few cents for every click that you do here. Okay, what's this? Layer balance. So that's more so balancing the layer. So if the left hand, you want more left hand, you go down. If you want more right hand, you go up. Effect B, I don't know what that is, to be honest. Effects, I don't know. Let's see what happens. B3. Okay, so slightly different sounds. So slight. It's so slight. That's why I never use it. Why would you use that? MIDI. Of course, MIDI is if you're going to use a MIDI, right? You're going to go to the MIDI setting. Tone select. So tone select, there are 191 different sounds. At least that's what they want you to think. There's really more like half of that, because you start out with different types of piano sounds. Turn up the volume a little bit. The organs, strings like guitars, brass, different like percussion keyboard stuff, synthesizers, and then it's back to organ again. Okay, accordion. The strings again, so they're repeating the organ and the strings. Strings. Woodwinds. Now it's like just, I don't know, random sounds. Sound effects, keyboard synthesizer sounds. A lot of the sounds repeat though, as you can hear. Then we get into, that's percussion stuff. And we have the sound effects that every keyboard has. Telephone, helicopter. And then that's it. Then you have 2 percussion kits at the end. And you can see 191. Basically the same thing. It's like slightly different snare sounds, but yeah, so it's 191 sounds, but really it's half of that. So, but there's still, I mean, you know, it's the basic sounds for a keyboard. So it works though. Okay, and then we're gonna keep going here. So we got store. I don't know what store means. Others. I never used this stuff. Functions. Others. POF. P on. Oh, P off. P on. I don't know. Something if you plugged into a computer, I suppose. Then we have tone. If you click tone, nothing happens. If you click tone, nothing happens. Registration, nothing happens. Reverb type. So reverb, you can just turn off the reverb. Turn it on. You can hear there's a slight change. If you hold the reverb button, it'll bring up a number, and you need 2 hands for this. If I let go, the number goes away. But basically, if you go up, if you click yes, it'll go up to 4, and it'll increase the reverb. So basically making more like an echo kind of sound. Okay, then we have the chorus. Same thing, if you hold chorus, you can increase it or decrease it. And you can turn it off and on. Split. Split means you can have a sound in the bass in the left hand. So right now it's a bass. And in the right hand, it's this like honky tonk piano. And you can change the split sound by going to tone and then just simply changing it. Let's see, let's go to this sound. Let's see. So now we have strings in the bass and then honky tonk piano in the right hand. So if you wanted the right hand to change, let me try that again. Click split, change the sound first. So let's go to piano. How about electric piano? So electric piano in the right hand, click split. So we have piano in the left and electric piano in the right. And again, if you want to change the split sound, you can literally just pick anything here. Let's say organ. So now it's rock organ in the left, electric piano in the right. Click split. Okay, and then you have the split point. Again, hit function, split point, and then you can change where the left hand sound starts. So if you wanted to bring it up, say to like C, instead of ending at G, you can do that. And then lastly, you have the card setting, which is for the SD card. And I believe that's everything. The keyboard came with a stool, the pedal on the floor, and then this music stand. And I did have to buy a separate keyboard stand, but that's very cheap. So anyway, that's gonna do it. I mean, this piano is great. It did last me over a decade now, so and I do use it in all my videos, so it is a great piano. And I'm sure they have more updated versions of this keyboard, Casio. So if you want to buy a Casio, I highly recommend it, and I'll see you in the next video. And that's it. Subscribe.